Hello.
Ah, oh my God, I'm so happy to see you.
Yeah, I know, man. Seriously, happy birthday!
I remember telling you when I came to Dubai years ago, and I said, oh my God, I can't believe people are actually interested to know what I have to say. And now I'm like, yeah, it's okay. I have nothing profound to tell you. Just let's have a conversation. It's good.
No, my favorite memory is both of us at an A.R. Rahman concert here in Dubai.
Oh.
And I was actually the first person to see one of those first few shots of Cuckoo from Sacred Games. When your mother and my mother were there together as well, and we had such a great
Yeah,
time.
yeah, yeah. And your mom was very like unapologetic, and she's like, ये कुछ अजीब है.
Yeah, my mother has no filters. She's the
Yeah,
human Instagram, by the way. No filters.
yeah, yeah. And she just was like, ये कुछ अजीब है. She said.
Listen, first of all, wish you a very, very happy birthday. Tell me what the
And
plans are. What are you trying to do? This is a quarantine birthday. Really strange, but what plans do you have?
I said this yesterday in a conversation that I was having that I need all the good wishes this year.
Hmm.
Not for me, but for Shifu. You know what an important part of my life he is. And he's been a bit sick right now. And
Shifu,
he's
by the way, for all
recovering.
those people who don't know, it's Kubra's cat slash
Yes.
baby slash.
Brother slash son. Yeah, he's recovering. And it's I think it's the first time I'm having actually an adult birthday,
Hmm.
because any other situation up until this moment, right? If something had to happen to any of us, and mom's taking care of the babies, like all of us included, and this is the first time wherein I'm like, I have become a legit mom. So I'm like, wow, I have responsibility. Yes, I'm a very responsible person. And I'm actually enjoying this birthday because I feel like there's a direct correlation between my age and the responsibilities.
Oh, so would this be a good question to ask? How many candles of the cake, Kubra? Not that you would mind hiding at all.
Yeah, fewer than 40, if that makes sense.
Oh, that's 18 then. Right, I
Yeah,
mean,
fewer
18
than
may be fewer
40.
than 40 as well. Okay, listen,
Yeah.
so before we go ahead in the conversation, I have a bit of a surprise for you, by the way. This person is very busy, by the way, so I can't really put him on hold. And here's your
Him.
birthday. Here's your birthday surprise. This person joins us in three, two, one. Here he is.
Happy birthday to you. Happy
Happy
birthday
birthday
to
to
you.
you.
I
No
guess right. I guess right.
last. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
In fact, you're looking very. Lokesh hasn't changed at all, right? It's like
Not
he
at
doesn't
all,
have
no.
birthdays. He doesn't have birthdays. Since
He's
I
dead.
was a child, Lokesh has looked like a child. Since I was a child.
That's so cute.
Yeah. And you know, Lokesh, I just realized we've been speaking for about 5 minutes, and that watch right behind you, it
Yeah.
hasn't moved a minute. No wonder you look the same.
See, that's a trick. You need to have a clock
Yeah,
in
that's
your
great.
room that doesn't move
Without
at all, so that
batteries.
you kind of become ageless.
Without
Absolutely.
batteries.
Danish, you got to spill some beans, man. Tell us something about Kubra that we don't know.
She just has advice randomly. She'll call you and she has advice she'll give you. So
Tell me,
that's one random thing about her.
Kubra, do you agree, Kubra?
100%.
100% I do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm preempting the concern. So I'm like already reaching out, being like, hey, listen, if something happens, then this is a solution.
Yeah.
In case.
Yeah.
In case.
I think it's reached a point now where when I get calls from call center numbers, like, you know, those unknown numbers, I think it's my sister calling me to give advice. Bye.
Bye, Danish. All right. How was the surprise?
I kind of thought it would be him.
You kind of said it also, yeah.
I also said it, yeah. But then when you said, nah, I was like, okay, then I don't know. Then I really don't know.
Okay, Kubra, I have so many questions to ask. I mean, the other day I was thinking, um, what do you consider about yourself? Where do you think you are in the whole scheme of things, especially when it comes to acting? Do you think that you're on the verge of breaking into stardom, becoming an actor? Do you think you've already arrived with some really fantastic projects that you've done so far? Where do you see yourself?
That's such an interesting question, because I think I have actually made a graph of growth wherein
Right.
I came here as a nobody who knew nobody. And then I catapulted myself into this popularity, or like a popularity spot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then 2 years ago, it went into fame, like where people stop you, recognize you, whatever.
Right.
But they're still not like mad about you. Like yeah, no, they're still confused about who you are.
Right.
But I think we're finally at a point, and I truly mean this, by I think 2021, I'm not making plans. I'm just saying with what I know I have, like under my belt, in my kitty. Yeah, I think you're right. We're somewhere on the verge of starting. So yes.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, that okay. That's an interesting place to be in. And
Yeah.
so my follow-up question is actually around that. So now I understand that the industry is pretty harsh. Sometimes you have to kind of be assertive, and whatever your demands are, whatever your requirements are, you have to be assertive. But then there's always this fear of, do I come across as a difficult person? How do you maintain that balance between being assertive and not be mistaken as a difficult person to work with?
I have realized if you have a team, like a management team, who's on your side, and you know that you speak the same language
Hmm, hmm, hmm.
and you communicate in the same way, then let them do that, because they do it so well and nobody takes offense, because that's their job. Their job
So
is to
so
play that.
they play the bad cop and you be the good cop.
There is really nothing called good and bad. Like there was like this film that I was doing, and they said we can't afford to get you somebody to do your hair and your makeup.
Hmm.
So I said, okay, no problem. We'll like go with the set dada. And I went for a trial of my hair and makeup look test kind of a thing.
Hmm.
And they opened the lipstick, and the lipstick had fungus on it. So
Oh.
when that happened, literally you turned around and said, look, this is why I said I'll get my person. I hope you'll understand now.
Okay, Kubs, you have been quite a name to reckon with, when it came to hosting events, right? And for the longest time. So tell me, what is the new hustle now? Now breaking into shows, breaking into movies. Are you
Yeah,
getting in
no,
touch with people directly? Are you sending your show reel? No.
no. And that's what I realized. I think after stage, you stop hustling, because your work becomes the testimony for the next job you're going to get. As an anchor, now I've figured this out, right? You wake me up in the middle of the night, slap me and say, Jao, host karo. I'll be like, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You know? And even now, for example, when I'm in front of the camera and say I can't say a line, and this happened to me in Jawani Janeman.
Hmm.
So, that small scene that makes it to, actually that made it to the trailer as well, where I say, Bhagwan ka diya tumhare paas sab kuch hai. I could fumble through that entire take because it was a one take. So I'm standing behind Seth, putting something on his hair. Then I turn, sit, and I continue the dialogue.
Hmm.
26 takes.
Whoa. Okay.
And you won't believe it. I ran out. Like I said, sorry to everybody. Literally last person to say sorry to was my producer. His name is Jayu. And I stood there and I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. And he looked at me and said, sorry? Sorry for what? I said, because I took 26 takes. He's like, Virat Kohli bhi kabhi duck pe out hota hai, pata hai na? And he just walked away. Just breathe and it'll be fine. And you will always get your next project. And it has happened. So I
So
think that's a good.
that is a good
I
thing.
yeah.
Okay, so now before I wrap up, since you spoke about different projects, what can we expect? I know there's Dolly and Kitty that was in the pipeline.
And
That
it's coming
was
on.
coming on Netflix. Okay.
That announcement's just been made. I'm gonna have an offline chat with you about what my next project is. You are gonna be very, very proud. I think it's amazing, right? Like we meet at different junctures at life where you are already there
Huh,
to hear about what I'm going to conquer next, which is amazing.
right.
So I'm gonna have an offline chat with you about that, like soon after this call.
I will give you all the details, guys. Yeah. Okay.
But then I think the last thing that I've done for myself and I'm extremely, extremely excited about is that I'm writing a book.
Okay. And
So I'm
what is that
charged.
about?
So there is the anchor, there's the actor, and now there is the author. So I'm writing a memoir. It's a lovely little easy going, easy read. I'm writing it, so it's literally the way I speak. And I'm having so much fun doing it. And we've got a publisher on board. So
Whoa, this is great news, man.
thank
Fantastic.
you. Thank you.
So wish you a very, very happy birthday once again.
This
And God
birthday
bless
is so
you, as always.